Hello and welcome to today's live webinar. We're going to do a quick impromptu session about, is your tree service company the right fit for online marketing and a budget? So welcome to the live video today. If you're in the Facebook group, thanks for joining today. If you have any questions, pop them in chat. Periodically, I can check those and answer your questions, no problem. If you're seeing this after the fact and you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to our channel. Always coming up with content about tree service marketing and trying to help our tree service fellow companies out there, giving some free content. And of course, we're here for implementation if you guys ever need us. If you're on the podcast and you're just hearing the audio, go ahead and like and subscribe to our podcast, Tree Service Marketing Profits, on your favorite podcast player. We're on the main ones, Spotify, Amazon, Pandora, you name it, we're out there. And if you're not in the free Facebook group, go ahead and search us on Facebook, Tree Service Marketing Secrets. We'll go ahead and approve you if you are a tree service company looking to grow your business, but we'll get right into it today. A lot of people come to us and they go, hey Wes, can we talk about how you guys can help us with online marketing? And so sometimes, companies are a good fit to work with us with online marketing. Other times companies are maybe a little bit too small or maybe even a little bit too large to work with us, right? So we're kind of in the middle with the types of tree service companies that we work with that are a good fit for us. And there's other people out there that probably work with the smaller tree companies or even the larger ones, although the larger ones a lot of times have the in-house marketing team that takes care of that for them. So I just wanted to clear a few things up today and maybe kind of give you guys some pointers on some marketing tips and tactics you guys can do yourself at every stage of your tree company. And I think I'm going to do a spin-off video of this one. What marketing should I be doing for my tree service company at every level? And that way, everybody that's doing their tree service business, because everybody's always in a different spot, right? Everybody's in their own spot. It's their own journey in their tree service business. Some people are doing a couple $100,000 a year. Some people are doing a couple million a year, right? So what should you be doing in every single revenue threshold of your business to be generating more leads and kind of, keeping the budget there, keeping your profitability and everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and share my slides with you guys. And that way you can see kind of what we're talking about here. All right, so let me share screen number 2. What's behind screen number 1, screen number 2. We'll go ahead and share screen number 2 this time. And let me pull this up here. All right, so we have got, are you a right fit for marketing? So this right here is going to be basically, is your tree service company the right fit for online marketing, an online marketing budget, an ongoing budget to keep your tree service business front and center of your local community so that people think of you first whenever they want to get tree service done, tree removal, land clearing, tree trimming, anything like that. So is your tree service company the right fit for online marketing? Let's take a look at it. So number one, let's say you are in that 100,000 to 300,000 revenue stage with your tree service company. So you're kind of starting out, perhaps you've been in business for a couple of years, a year, 5 years, and you just kind of really haven't grown that much, but you're kind of getting off the ground. You're getting the word out there. You're doing things right. And people are referring you. You're starting to build up some momentum, kind of starting to, fill your schedule and get the work done and get revenue coming in and increasing your revenue. So in that stage of your business, typically, what we recommend is not biting off too much with online marketing or even doing any whatsoever. Now, you can do Facebook online marketing, right? You can boost Facebook posts and just post on your social media, Instagram, things like that routinely, because that's free. And you have the app on your phone, so you can literally just take pictures in the field of yourself doing work, your crew's doing work, things like that, and just upload those to Facebook. Hey, we're in such and such area today, taking care of some trees. Hey, we're doing some tree trimming over here today, taking care of some trees. Just upload like 6 or 8 photos on Facebook, right? Then you got a nice, posting sequence that you're doing pretty regularly on your social media, and those are free. And you can also, invite people to like your page, your friends and family that live locally as well. You can also boost those posts. So you can literally go put a $100 budget in there and boost it to where it runs $10 a day. Those posts within a 10-mile radius of your business or your office or your location on Facebook. And that way you get some awareness for that, right? It's really minimal budget. So that's what you could do like in 100K to 300K revenue. But here's what you should be doing overall as your marketing plan in this 100K to 300K revenue. And so what you should be doing is, putting signs out on every job. So every time you go do a job, every time you go give an estimate, put a sign in the yard, right? It says tree service, your logo, your phone number, really big. Don't get too fancy with it because people need to be able to see the phone number, very visible. They need it to be large so they can see it from the street 30, 50, 60 feet away. And they need to see who it is and then that you do tree service. So make sure you do that. Make sure you wrap your truck Same concept. Make sure your phone number is very visible. Make sure your logo's on there and it looks snazzy. And then you've got tree service, the word tree service on there, because some people may not associate arboricultural or arboriculture or arbor this or arbor that. Some people may not associate that with tree service, routine tree trimming, maintenance, tree pruning, tree removal. So make sure you have tree service on there as well. Business cards, right? So if you're in this revenue threshold, 100K to 300K, make sure you're giving everybody a business card within 5 feet of you every day, all day. Everybody gets business cards, right? Just take 20 or 50 of those with you every single day. You're handing them to the homeowners for estimates. You're handing them to people at lunch when you go pick up lunch. You're handing them to people you're talking to. You're at the bank, whatever, right? Hand people business cards all day. Leave them at places that have a counter, things like that. Network with other landscapers in your local area. So a lot of landscapers do maybe some minimal tree trimming, right? Low-hanging branches, stuff like that. But they're not going to have the equipment or the expertise to climb a tree or have a spider lift to trim a tree that's 80 feet in the air, or even remove a tree. So those guys need people to refer their customers to for tree work. Hey, who better than you, right? Print and distribute flyers. So you can go to your local UPS store, local mail house, local print shop, or anything like that. Get a flyer design. It doesn't have to be that fancy. Tree service, 10% discount if you mention this flyer, something like that. Distribute those everywhere. When you go do a job, maybe give them to the 10 households next to your job. Have your crew members, you, whoever, give them to the neighboring houses around with your flyer and business card, maybe stapled to it. Have a minimum viable website, right? At this point, if you're doing a couple $100,000 in revenue, you can get a minimum viable website done by, there's online companies everywhere, right? So you can get a minimum viable website done. I would just suggest doing that because that brings your business to life when people go to your website and they can see your trucks, they got your phone number there. You've got a .com, so you're on the web. You've got a website to plug into your Google business listing, which is the next thing that I would recommend doing. So the next thing is get a Google business listing where you show up on the maps in your local community and start getting reviews on that, right? And that way you can plug in your new website to that Google business listing. Very minimal cost for all these things. If you just want a minimum viable website with like a home page, about page, contact page, services, that you do and things like that. And then the last but not least, build your email list. So I can't stress how important it is to start building your customer database from day one. So start keeping tabs. I don't care if it's Google Sheets, Google Documents, or if you're using a tool like Jobber, Arbor Gold, ArboStar. A lot of the startup companies aren't really there yet with having a database, but I can tell you it goes so far. In just a few years, you have 1,000, 3,000, over the years, 5,000, 10,000 contacts in your database. That is going to help you. You can run ads to those customers on Facebook and Instagram. That's your list of people. You can email them once a month with a newsletter, some sort of blog article that you have about tree trimming tips, tree pruning tips, things like that. We do this all the time. And the bigger your list, the bigger your response is going to be on your email newsletter too. So that's what you should be doing in the 100K to 300K revenue range. Just do all of these things. They're very minimal cost. It's a one-time print job or business cards or signs or whatever, but you're leaving an impression everywhere you go and you're going to get lead flow coming in from that, right? It's going to help you. The next stage of your business is, you're kind of getting some traction. You got a good crew. You're busy. You might even have a second crew if you're doing up to 600K in revenue, depending on what types of jobs you guys do. But that 300,000 to 600,000 revenue, you can start kind of, putting together some online marketing stuff at this point in your business. So we'd recommend, number 2 in this stage, 300 to 600,000 in revenue, $500,000 in revenue, something like that. You're going to want to be doing all of those things in the 100 to 300K revenue range. But now you can start getting more momentum and more inbound lead flow on the internet by setting up a good, thoroughly built SEO optimized website where it's going to show up for more of those searches instead of just like a little template website. You can start having the budget for monthly SEO, search engine optimization, to get your website ranked on that first page of all the local markets and cities that you want to service in addition to your main area. And you can possibly start putting some money or a small budget into Google paid ads, Google ads, and Facebook ads. That's what you probably should be doing when you get up to that 300 to 600K revenue mark, because now you got guys, you got team members, you've got crew that you really need to keep busy, right? And that only continues to increase as you increase the size of your operation and your business. If you get 2 crews, now you need a lot more lead flow than you did with just 1 crew, because now you got guys and you got equipment that you don't want just sitting around and waiting on the next job to come in. You want to be booked out. So that's what we would recommend on 300K to 600K revenue. Now, when you get to the 600,000, 700,000 and up to probably $1 million or so in revenue, and these are just kind of rough numbers. These aren't just, written in stone or anything like that. Everybody's business is going to look a little bit different. Everybody's profit margins are going to be a little bit different. Everybody focuses on different types of tree services. Some people are doing tree removal. Some people are doing mainly tree trimming and pruning. So it really depends on your business. But, in that 600,000 to $1 million revenue roughly mark, you want to do all of this stuff above, but start adding more budget, more spend on the SEO, maybe increase it more, maybe do more, get a better, really nice, really, professional looking website built out at that point. Have SEO, pay for an online marketing company that will deliver results, that has a good reputation, that does good by the tree companies that you've gotten referred by or gotten references from. We like to think we're really good at this. We love what we do. And we usually get very good feedback on the SEO, Google Maps, and paid ads for tree service, because that's all we do. So in that instance, you don't want to have to hire somebody for $5,000 a month in the office to be a marketing expert. Outsource that to somebody that can take care of that for you and get it done every single month. So you don't have to remember to do these types of things, because once you get to a certain size, you're not going to have time to come up with blog articles, post on your Google business listing, run your ads, troubleshoot your ads, do call tracking, figure out where your money's being spent. You're not going to have time to do that. So you're going to be better spent and more efficient and get better results if you rely on a team of experts when you get to this 600,000 to $1 million in revenue. It's just something else you can take off of your plate. And the Small Business Association recommends that you spend somewhere around 5%, pretty much at the minimum, on marketing anyway. So if you're doing $600,000, that's $30,000 a year, and marketing is 5%. $30,000 a year is $2,500 a month, right? Like online marketing, you can get some decent results for $2,500 a month, right? You can spend a lot more than that too and get even better results. So if you're up to $1 million in revenue, 5% of that's going to be $50,000 a year in marketing. And so, that's $4,000, a little bit over $4,000 per month. So you can get good results with that. And that's just going to increase your awareness, increase your brand in the local area. And it's going to keep people remembering your tree service business, which is awesome. That's what you want. You want to be remembered. You want people to keep coming back. You want people to refer your company. You want people to see your reviews and testimonials. If you showcase those things like that, it's really going to help you get more momentum and build your company faster by pouring more of your dollars into the marketing side of it, if it's being done right. You don't want to spend money on things that aren't money. That's like burning cash, right? You don't want to do that. But once you get to that level of your business of doing $1 million or above, you can really pour more gas on all the stuff that's working well and get better and better results for that. You can also add, more budget to your Google ads, get up into the Google local home service ads, which is the Google guaranteed at the top of the page for additional lead flow. And you can start adding things like direct mail for increased lead flow for your business as well. So these things are going to just make sure that you're touching everybody in your local area. You're touching their mailbox, right? When they go online to do a search, they're going to find you there. They go to social media, they're probably going to see you there. If you're doing retargeting from website visits back over to, social media, people are seeing you over there. People are getting emails from your company because now you're doing email newsletters once a month, right? They're just seeing you everywhere. So you're going to increasingly get the benefit of the doubt in the business of those people. So instead of somebody just walking around in their neighborhood offering tree service, they're more likely to call you for that same tree service because they've used you before, they've seen you a million times, or just they trust you that you've already done work for them. They're going to call you back. So you've got to be doing more of this marketing to keep that awareness out there. So that's kind of in the 600,000 to $1 million revenue mark there. So all the stuff above and the first mentioned too, but increase your budget, maybe add direct mail to your tree service business as well. So you can see as you start getting up there into the revenue, you've got more dollars to spend on marketing. 40, 50, 60,000 a year is going to go a long way, getting that awareness out in your local area and growing your tree company. Now, when you get to number 4 here, the $1 million plus revenue tree company, $2 million, $4 million, $5 million. This is where you've got more capacity to start spending more, and you can start adding like local billboards if you can get a good rate on a billboard. Some places they're astronomical, other places they're more affordable, and they also have those media billboards that actually rotate your message, your advertising with like 4 or 5 other companies on there. So those are a little bit less costly, but you got those billboards for branding, other types of media like radio and ad spots like that, to where you can just keep on investing in marketing, investing in that branding. We've got several clients doing all of those things, and man, they get really good they get increasingly good results as well from their paid ads online and their SEO and their website, because they're doing radio as well, because they're doing billboards and they've got a big name in the area. People go search their business name directly, like XYZ Tree Service. Let me go look up XYZ Tree Service. I keep seeing them on the billboards, I hear about them on the radio, things like that. So the more of that media you do and branding, you also are going to get more lead flow from the internet as well, because they kind of work in tandem. If people know about you and they've heard about you and they've heard your business, well, then they're going to look you up directly. Whereas you're not going to get any of those direct lookups if you're not doing enough marketing, right? They're not going to look, nobody's going to just be randomly looking up the name of your business unless you're pushing your business message to the market. And if you're doing that, people are going to start increasingly looking you up, which is then really important to be getting your reviews all over your online channels, like your Facebook page, your Google business listing and things like that. So I wanted to do this quick video, about, is your tree service company the right fit for online marketing? And we get that question all the time, and we want to help everybody, but we can't help everybody just based on the way it works. Like, you've got to be able to sustain a certain budget monthly. I would say if you can sustain $2,000 to $3,000 every month, you can get pretty good results with your, website, SEO, paid ads, because Google's going to charge, the agency's going to have a fee, things like that. So you got to be able to sustain that budget. If you're not doing enough revenue, it's going to be pretty tough to do that, right? And so again, we just want to make sure everybody's kind of on the same page with that and what you need to do. And I think I'm going to do another video on exactly what type of marketing to do based on your company revenue. I think that'd be a good video for people, and it would give people kind of the insight to say, okay, what should I be doing with my business every day to get the marketing out there to grow my company? Because sometimes online marketing is not the right fit, right? It's not always the right fit depending on your location. We've seen some rural areas that, just everybody kind of knows somebody. So it's better to do direct mail instead of online marketing in those markets, perhaps. So there's a lot of different moving parts to it. Most of the time, the online marketing works great as long as the population's there. So again, thanks for joining today. If you hadn't got a copy of our book, How to Win with Internet Marketing for Tree Service Contractors, I can mail you a copy. If you want to reply to this email, reply to this, wherever you see this video, we'll mail you a direct copy, or you can find it on Amazon Kindle, Amazon Direct Publishing for like $1.99. I think it's $2 for the digital copy, just to help us pay for some of our cost over there. So thanks so much for joining today. Again, this is Wesley Smith with Tree Service Digital. If you need anything, in the future, anything like that, if you have any questions, want to set up an online marketing review and a lead flow session to show you kind of how we can ramp up your lead flow in your local market, just go to treeservicedigital.com, get in contact with us there, and we'll be happy to show you what's been working for all of our clients and help you guys grow your business. All right. Until next time, you guys have a good day. Talk to you soon.